As we all know, there's been a lot of buzz around customer experience, which is emerging as a key differentiator and driver for growth. And I'm sure you must have heard or come across these terms very often. Uh, it has become like one of the critical aspects for every business. And but what exactly is a customer experience? Customer experience can include a lot of elements, to be very honest. But to define it in a very simple term, it boils down to the perception or the impression you leave with your customer by interactions, by experience your customer has in you along with your brand or your business, resulting in how they think of your brand across every state of your journey, right? And, and when we talk about the customer experience, there are two important elements which contributes to the whole customer experience. One is the customer perception, which is overall perception about a brand, can be a result of single or multiple interaction with your brand or business. And the other important aspect is customer interaction itself. Customer interaction with the brand refers to a touch point, like talking to a customer support or a call center agent, maybe chatting to a call center agent via chat, or maybe it's having a live chat or conversation on different channels across the buyer's journey. So there are really important aspect that we need to keep in mind when we talk about customer experience. One is having a customer perspective and what's their brand interaction looks like. And as we all know, the importance it's nowadays, I mean, everybody is using technology and the behavior and the customer patterns change a lot. According to study, more than 70% of buyers' decisions are based on customer experience they have. And we know the customer expectations have changed. They demand instant access to information and transactional capabilities when they want that. They are now savvy when it comes to making a decision based on purchasing decisions. They're not afraid of making a change if a company no longer meets their expectations. Uh, that reminded me of one of my experience where basically I wanted to buy a product. Started interacting with the brand across the channel. The product is amazing, but the way that I had interaction, it completely changed my the whole idea about buying the product, and I had to go and buy somewhere else, or some other product with some other, with other distributors. So one bad experience not only loses a customer, but also spread negative feedback across around them, right? And as we all know, the cost of acquiring a new customer is 5 times than maintaining an existing customer. And there's a simple reason why customer experience is important. If you don't embrace or adopt customer experience strategy in your business, uh, your customer will go somewhere else. It's as simple as that. So it is really important to maintain customer experience within the business, but at the same time, it has very positive impact on your business. In fact, I was just reading a couple of articles recently, and one of the survey which has been done by Oracle says 74% senior management executive believe that the customer experience impacts the willingness of a customer to be a loyal advisor or an advocate. So when we talk about customers, and whenever a customer feels appreciated, they have positive experience with the business, companies gain measurable benefits, which include the chance to win more of their customer spending. They are more likely to become repeat or a loyal customer. So, according to another study that I found, which says if you have or business which are investing or which are actively improving the customer experience, has seen 33% or more change in the customer retention. More than 32% of their customers feel satisfied, and obviously that open up their more venues in terms of cross-selling and upselling. They feel engaged, they feel very well connected to the customers. And when we talk about, as mentioned, when we talk about this, as I mentioned earlier as well, uh, in my earlier slide, the whole gamut of customer experience is vast. It's huge, and when we talk about it, we might spend so many days to see which, what, and how. But one of the important aspect of that is the interaction by itself. The key element for customer interaction is with the brands. There are multiple channels that a customer can interact with the business or brands based on the situation where they are, whether it's at the pre-engagement journey or the post-engagement journey, right? And one of the important channels is the customer service or a contact center or a customer care, I would say, which is a vitally part of the entire customer experience journey. And according to a study, nearly 75% of customers who leave because they are not satisfied with the customer service or a call center application or a call center interaction that they had. Yeah, the customer service or a call center should be, I would say that it should be the center of your whole CX strategy. That's one of the key touch points that we'll be focusing on today. Uh, and when we talk about obviously the customer experience, it is the voice of the human interaction, which is one of the more popular support channel. Obviously, I would say that I would like to talk to the human rather than going any other channel. And I'll give you my own example. I had a bad statement recently with one of the leading bank, and I was really nervous when I saw the full statement. And instead of thinking or sending them an email or going for a live chat, the first thing that I could do is pick up a phone, call them, and then talk to them. Outside the yeah, people love to talk to the interaction, or they like to talk to the people and get the things sorted quickly. So voice is for very complicated interaction or high risk or and high value interaction. Uh, it's for complex and cognitive decision. It helps you a lot to make things happen very quickly and faster, and plus it builds a a kind of trust within the customer when they talk to somebody. So, according to a study, more than 77% of consumers prefer dealing with a human being for an advice. Right? Isn't that amazing? So what we have seen so far in our slide, we know that how important the customer experience is, the impact of customer experience, and we also understand that voice plays or human interaction plays a very vital role in interacting with the customer. Now, what we have also seen when we talk about the customer service by itself, since the whole COVID-19 pandemic started, and now we are getting to the new normal, we have been talking to not many customers to understand how are they dealing with that specific channel of customer engagement or customer service, which is the call center solution. When this whole pandemic started, people were deploying their resources back to home, or maybe they're enabling the people to work from home. And the challenge that they face is the solution that they are using or they are dependent on, or the call center solution they have is either an on-prem solution, which they cannot just quickly move to the cloud, or the solution that they have is very fully, I would say that hardware dependent. All right. Not just that, it's hard to scale and it's hard to integrate with other solutions that they have. But what we've also seen that, interestingly, even if they find any solution which can meet their expectation or which can keep the business continuity, either those solutions are expensive or they comes with lot many features which they might need or they might not, and it is value for it. But there's a whole lot of discussion towards security and how reliable and how secure this solution is, and can we trust or not. So yeah, we have spoken to so many companies and we found a lot of challenges. And I would say, yeah, that's where Ziwo comes in. And Ziwo can help you to connect with the customers. And I'm sure you might ask me how Ziwo can help you, right? Gentlemen, like everyone, if there is any question that you have, just feel free to type your question and or maybe raise your hand. We will be able to address any question that you have. I come from typically from the sales background and consulting, so it's hard for me to stop. So I can just keep talk. But yeah, I understand that you might have concerns, so please stop me at any point of time and we can have a conversation, or maybe I can look at your questions as well. So I'm sure you can say how Ziwo can help. So Ziwo is basically a cloud-based contact center solution. It can help you to simply talk to your clients. It can be deployed instantly, or I would say they're pretty fast deployed. So you can have your call center, a full-fledged call center up and running in a couple of days or maybe a few days that we talk about. It comes with it's actually a full API based system. That's the core of its architecture is built on API based structure. It has plugins for CRMs. Plus, it also comes with a lot many features and functionalities. What we currently have is voice, where you can have the voice channel, you can have WhatsApp channel, which we just launched a couple of weeks back, and you got SMS as well. But one of the best thing about Zivo is we invest a lot on the platform and we keep it innovating. We add more features and functionalities. So in our roadmap, you can see that we are going towards an omni-channel approach, adding to voice and WhatsApp, but we'll be also adding email, chatbots, social media, adding a component which we already started, basically adding a component of AI and ML towards sentiment analysis, chatbots, and trends. So that's whole the roadmap. But the solution, and the solution comes with a lot of amazing features. Uh, you know, for managers, call center managers, it's really important that they can have a clear understanding of the whole call flow. So it has the call tracking features. And very interestingly, one of our customer, in UAE, they're looking for a solution where they want to hide the number of a caller or maybe a customer, and when they call, especially let's say for example in the driving, in the delivery, right, in the delivery of foods or any delivery business, or maybe you can also think about the Uber and Careem type business where due to the privacy reason, customer they don't want to display the customer's number and also the driver's number, right, or the delivery agent number. So you can have a feature for call masking. You can still hide the number but have those interaction happening. And we have seen that one of our customer has been using a call whispering option. This is one of the amazing feature that we have within the platform, which will allow the managers uh, or the supervisors to be able to listen to any ongoing conversation that they can have. And I was talking to the customer last week, and I've seen that they have drastically changed the quality of the deliverables they used to have. So if managers can listen to any ongoing call, they can not only just listen, they can also assist the agent through whispering and say, hey, you know what you're saying is wrong to their customer. This is how you can help them out. But they still feel that they need to jump in, they can always jump into the conversation. Uh, and also, as I said, the solution is it's a fully cloud-based solution, so you can pretty much deploy a solution from pretty much anywhere. So you can have agents working from home, or you can have agents working in the office. I was talking to one of the another customer recently, and one of the core business that they have is outbound call rather than the inbound. So, especially take an example of insurance and banking, we keep receiving a lot of calls. Those are the calls that the agents have to make to sell it, promote it, the solution that they have. So Sivo can actually take care of that, where instead of doing a manual, the entering the numbers, you can pretty much allow the customers to, take out list of contacts from any CRM in a CSV format, create a campaign within Zivo and upload them. And with the rules and features and functionalities, you can basically set up the calls and it calls one after the other. Likewise, there are tons of amazing features like web callback. At any call or at the end of every call, if you want to collect customer survey, Zivo has the features to collect the customer surveys, their satisfaction ratio, and things like that. And we're a company, we believe in innovation. So we invest a lot in the technology. So we have also already launched our mobile app for both agent and as well as the managers. And with the help of this, managers can actually not only run, I would say, manage the whole call center solution or call center right on their fingertips. They could be traveling or they could be here. Everything that they could do within an interface, it's all they can run pretty much on the mobile phone. And similarly, agents can also do the same thing. They can receive and make calls right on the mobile phone. Uh, Plus, there are a whole bunch of features like live dashboards and live KPIs, click to dial, IVR, call transfer, call recording, and priority queues, and a lot more. These are some of the features that I can talk about, but there are a lot more features that Zivo comes up with. right? Uh, One of the value proposition that Zivo brings in is basically we have a vast telco operator across different countries, so we can help uh, companies to get numbers in different countries. For example, one of our customer is in India, and they basically wanted, or they run their operations in UAE and Saudi. That's where in India they have their call center agents, and they were looking for a solution which not only eases the whole call center sort of call center management, but also they were looking for some local numbers like in UAE and Saudi, where customer can have a local number to connect, and then the agent sitting in remotely can be able to answer them. So likewise, in any business, if the customers or the agents are based in different countries, or customers looking for numbers in more than 50 plus countries, Zivo can help basically to be able to bring those numbers, connect to the agent, and make the whole customer journey simplified. Be able to more focus on the business, on the customer experience, interacting with the customer rather than more focusing on the solution or in hardware or how the call center application should look like. That Zivo take care of it, where customer can focus on the core business. Now, one of the best part, as I said earlier as well, about the Zivo is integration, which is the heart of Zivo. For developers, they'll be able to use our APIs, WebSocket and webhooks, and full-fledged SDK to be able to integrate Zivo with any solution they are planning or they might want to integrate with the backend. But also for the non-developers, or maybe some of the companies where they're already using a solution and they just want a seamless experience, even for their agents, right? They can have it. So we have pre-built connectors available for Zendesk, Microsoft Dynamics, Salesforce, SAP, Freshdesk. We just released it, and Zoho. But at the same time, we have connectors available for apps on the Zapier, Infobase, CM, and a lot. So there are a lot. We have been adding more connectors as we go on. It's easy, and let's say, for example, one of our customer was using Salesforce, a CRM solution, and for the customer service to be able to keep track the customer request, what they're doing and what's not. And with the help of Zivo, now all the agents that they have, they don't need to switch on to different interfaces. Right from one single interface, which is Salesforce interface, the agents are able to call to the customers for outbound calls. Not only that, they also receive a call. And when we use the native features of CRM, where any calls comes into the specific agent, we can pre-populate the customer record if it's already exists with some of the basic information. You can also use your own CRM for the reporting purpose, and a lot more features. So the whole experience for internal users, for the agents, will also be simplified by using Zivo. And obviously, anyone who's been available with us today, if you want to have an access to any of the connector, drop us an email and this will make it free for you. So, or maybe if you just want to try it, we can provide you with the links that you can actually use, any of these connector, and we don't charge for it. It's free for all the users today. Awesome. So Zivo is, as I said, it's highly flexible. You can use Zivo as a simple call center, or you can also use it for programming, maybe use it for programming customer engagement platform. So you have a Zivo, you'll be able to make calls. You have one voice channel. With one voice channel, you can make calls. You can have a smart routing, you log calls, and with this APIs and WhatsApp, and the APIs will be able to integrate with the CRM. We have added another channel, which is WhatsApp. We have SDK for the mobile apps. You can use APIs for automating the whole process internally. Plus, you have WebSockets you can able to use for machine learning, email, emotion tracker, and auto tagging. At the same time, you have webhooks, which you can actually use for big data analytics. So the solution is open. It has full APIs, API-based library that we provide, and you'll be able to do anything, not just Zivo, but if you want to use any SDK or WebSocket for external data purpose, you can always use that. Right. So with all the features that we have seen and all the functionalities that we have seen, we basically help customer in the following ways. So we basically help them to manage large volume of calls or multi-channel messages, keeping in mind that the integration is always a cost, or customers uses different application. We seamlessly take care of the pain of the integration and make it seamless for them to integrate with any CRM or ERP solution. And with the current situation, customer doesn't really want to invest a lot on any solution or any new application at the moment. So for us at the Zivo, there is no commitment. So you can decide pay as you go model. The as many agents you have, you just get into the SaaS model and use it. And there's no commitment for any year or 2 year things like that. It's a very simple model. And also, some of the companies are very hesitant in terms of investing in IT. So with Zivo, you don't need any hardware, no software. It's instantly on the cloud, and there is no investment on any kind of hardware or software that is required. It's pretty instantly up and running. And as we discussed earlier, one of the value proposition is having local numbers. And with all the tons of features and functionalities that we have seen, you'll be able to manage or make your agents more productive by using Zivo. We've talked about the features. We have talked about the role of Zivo and how it can help with any call center or contact center solution that you might want to have it. But is it one of the big question is how simple is it? Is it secure or is it reliable? And I think it's a valid question that customer comes and asks you that. One of the key differentiator that Zivo has is it's fully cloud-based. Not only just that, but you can have Zivo on any cloud, which is either public cloud or in private cloud. We can host it on any infrastructure, whether it's Google Cloud, Azure, AWS, Scaleway, and the list could go on and on. From this accessibility point, it's pretty easy to access Zivo. It's you just need a computer with a laptop and internet connection. Or you have a Chrome browser and you're up and running. Or you can just have your Zivo apps for managers and the agents, and you have access to Zivo. So there is no way or no extra hardware that is required. It's purely work on a single tenant model, one client, one VM. That's how we that's how we operate. It's highly secured in terms of data encryption. We have regular penetration testing on the platform. You have a full-fledged audit logs of the users based on the role. Not just that, we are GDPR compliant. And in terms of availability, we are 99.68% so far. And we are striving hard to make it much better. We believe in transparency, so at any point of time, customers can actually go to status.zivo.io and they'll be able to see the status of availability, what's happening and what's not. So yeah, I mean, because we are very simple, we are secure, and the platform is reliable. Customer trust us, and we are proud to be part of their customer journey or that they have been made. So these are some of the customers who are, some of those are in the region, some are outside of the region, but majority of our customers, I would say they more than 60% are within the GCC, and some of them are outside as well. And we are growing faster. And I would say when we catch up next time, you'll see some more logos as you go on. But these are not just logos; these are some of the logos that I've added. If I didn't have a space to add everyone, so I just added a couple of logos. But yes, customer trust us, and we are we are happy to be associated with their in their customer interaction journey. Now we will have basically that's the end of my session. I know I've been talking a lot, but I'll be happy to take any questions, and then my colleague Tamer will be able to drive it or take it further from here. Oh, Tamer, it's up to you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Islam, for the nice presentation, and thank you, everyone, for joining us today in today's webinars. So right away, I'm sharing my screen to show you my, let's say, like the Ziwo platform. Everyone can see my screen. Everyone can see my screen, right?
Yes, Tamer, can say it.
Okay, yeah, so basically, as Islam was saying, now with Ziwo, it's a cloud contact center solution. So now we have an admin profile and we have an agent profile. For admins, basically, they can do everything from checking live dashboard in terms of live KPIs to see what's going on in their operations, like live. Also, they can see historical records, they can check queues, they can create agents, they can assign agents to queues, and they can build their own reports, extract reports, listen to calls, do call evaluations, and everything. So this is basically the main role for the administrator. While for the agent profile, which I'll be showing you later as well, basically they are receiving inbound calls, making outbound calls, and they are responding to WhatsApp messages as well. So now, as you can see, this is the admin profile, and here we have many sections. We have the live dashboard section where, as I said, this is it reflects what's happening right now in your operation in terms of the KPIs. Now we have the call sections, and here you can see all the CDRs for your calls regarding their inbound, outbound, agents who are answering those calls. You can listen to those calls and check everything. Conversations, definitely I will go through them one by one. Conversations, it's basically all the history for your WhatsApp messages and who was handling those messages and everything. And we have a statistics part, and basically it's all about reporting. We have predefined widgets, built-in reports, or you can create or design your own reports, and we have the settings for the system. So basically, as we said, now if you check on here, we are having plenty of KPIs. Almost we are having now 60 plus KPIs, and they are categorized as per like generic KPIs, anything related to agent performance, and you can see it's a switch, so you can switch it on or off so that the KPI will be appearing on your live dashboard. Anything related to inbound calls, we have call metrics. As you can see, we have time metrics, outbound calls, and also for WhatsApp. So as you can see, again, we have like 60 plus KPIs, and with the more services we are having, so we are adding more and more KPIs. And again, you can see it from here. Like if I enable, so far I'm enabling only those KPIs, so I'll be able to see exactly, how many agents are currently having calls, how many agents are on a break, like calls received on the IVR, how many calls were, let's say, forwarded to the queues, how many calls were answered, how many calls were abandoned, average speed of answer, any KPI, you name it, you will find it here, and then you will add it to your live dashboard. Also, because I'm an admin, so definitely I want to see what's happening right away. So also I can see now here the queues created on the system, and queues can be created based on the skill set. For example, it can be an Arabic queue or English queue or any language you want, or it can be created based on the operation or the teams you are having in your company. So basically, any customer send us the requirement with the call flow, and based on that we'll be creating their IVR if they are interested, and the queues. Also, you have the option to assign agents to queues on the fly. So we also interested in the visuals, because again, as an admin, maybe now I'm not sitting in front of my laptop, I'm a little bit far, but I can look right away on my screen and I can tell, for example, like all those queues, they are in yellow, which means that agents, either they are all having phone calls or nobody is logged in any of those yellow queues. While this queue, for example, it is green, it means that all agents are available and they are ready to receive phone calls. So if I click on any queue, for example, like this, I'll be able to see a quick like preview about how many calls, the service level, how many abandoned calls, and how many agents they are assigned to this queue, and whether they are available or on a break, meeting, or outgoing. Definitely, it's their statuses. Also, I can have end of call surveys assigned to the queue or any queue I want, and it will show how many surveys we received from customers. I can also check from here how many agents, like they are assigned in here. So if I assign, let's say, like this agent, you can see right away it's became a green, which means now because Eric is available, so now if anybody calling this queue, automatically Eric will be receiving the phone call. I can also reassign him by drag and drop, and it will be working. So either you choose and you use the arrow, or you can use the drag and drop feature. And also here I have all the list of the agents, so right away I can see all those agents, they are logged out, and this agent is available, and this agent is on a meeting. And again, as an administrator, I have the options here. I can see everything related to this particular agent in terms of the calls, and in terms of, like, let's say, like his login and time on break and the staff time, if he forwarded customer to survey or not. I can see all those statistics again live, and this is only for today. Tomorrow it will be changing. That's why it's called live dashboard. And also, as an admin, I have an option here to change the agent status. I can log them out. I can, as Islam said, we have the nice call whispering feature, which is used for the peer-to-peer training. If you're having a new agent, so instead of sitting next to them and causing them some stress by listening to their calls, you can sit in your office and you can do this remotely. So you can listen to the call, you can whisper to the agent, and you can join the whole call. You can check also, like here, the queues where this agent, for example, is assigned, so we can tell that this agent is assigned to this queue right away. So again, this is the live dashboard. So from here you can tell exactly what's happening in your operation. Now, in terms of the CDRs, or let's say like the logs, you can see here we have all the calls are recorded on the system, whether they are inbound calls or outbound calls. And you can see, for example, like let's say like who is let's say answering the call, it landed on which queue. We have plenty of details. All you have to do is just click on here, and you have plenty of columns, and it's up to you if you are enabling or you tick any of those columns. For example, like I want to see like the surveys, automatically it will be added here in my view. And I have plenty of filters. I can filter the report by day. Let's say you can see also plenty of filters for the day. You can do your custom range and everything. And once you do the filter, you can save it. Like I want to see, for example, yesterday's calls. Automatically, you'll see that today or yesterday we had only those two calls. I can reset my filter from here, and everything will be going back to normal. I have additional filters as well. You can search by agent, by queue, by direction, inbound or outbound. Also, you can search by how many repeated calls you are having. If you are having transferred calls, abandoned calls, let's say like whether the call is answered, abandoned, or let's say busy, who hanged up the call. You see, we have plenty of filters, so you can use any filter you want. And then here you have the option to export your report to a CSV format if you want to do additional, let's say, like calculations or whatever. Now, if you click on any call, for example, like this one, you'll be able to see the details. This is the number and all the details in terms of when did the call start, when did it end, it entered the queue at what time, answered at what time, and then you can see this is the direction. My colleague Xavier was calling this number. This is the talk time, and you can see all the details. And also now, because we have a talk time, so if I click on here, I'll be able to listen to the phone call, and I can download the call. Let's say I'm from the quality team, and then I was listening or evaluating, let's say, Xavier's calls. So I listened to this call, and anyway, I thought it's not that good. So I can download it, I can send it to him, I can share it with him, and ask him about, the stuff why like he answered the customer in that way. And also it will show exactly the call flow for this call from the moment it started ringing until we hanged up or exited the queue. The same goes for every call, like in here. If you click on anyone, you'll be able to see exactly the same ones. Okay, now for the conversations, we have the same thing here. This is for WhatsApp calls. It's mainly for calls. And this is for conversations. So now we can see how many conversations we are receiving. And like this is the customer and the customer phone number, which agent replied, and I can see the history. So if I click on here, I can see this is the number, the ID, and the details about when it was created, and the total response time, resolution time, close at what time. And here I can see all the messages related to this WhatsApp message. So if I click again here, I'll be going back to the same view. And also here, you can see I have also filters. So I can filter it by date, by phone number, by status. We are having three statuses for the WhatsApp. Either it's a new message, or it's opened, or it can be closed. Now for the statistics part, we have like built-in, let's say, reports, and usually these are the inbound and agent performance or outbound. So if you click, for example, on agent performance, you will see everything related to agent performance in terms of numbers, in terms of time metrics, and everything. And also if you click on any report, you can click on let's say export to CSV, and right away the content of the report will be exported to CSV format. Also I can create my own dashboard by clicking on here. So like I'll name it as demo, for example, and you can see this is like my new dashboard, and I have two options: either to create it from a predefined widget, and these are built-in reports. As you can see, all I need to do is just to click a report, and I will do like next. I will name it, I need to name it, and then I can choose the agent and for the time, and then I can save it, and automatically my report will be showing it here, for example. Okay. Also, you can build your report from the scratch, and here you have more than one way to present your report depending on the data you want. So you just click on it, and then you choose next, and from here you'll be able to choose, for example, all the like columns you want to include in your report. I'll do it like this, and I want it per agents, next, and I can name it, and I want it for agents for this week. I save it, and I can see all the calls in here in my report. You can see nobody was doing calls this week. This is again, this is like a demo a platform, so we're using it for testing purposes. But again, you can see you can build your reports from the scratch, or you can use predefined widgets. And now
If
this
anyone
is like
have any questions so far, just drop us your questions and we'll be able to answer them while Tamer just demonstrate the amazing product. Sorry, Tamer.
no, it's okay, Islam. And here, this is the settings. This is basically, now, whenever, as Islam mentioned, whether your operations in UAE or KSA or India or anywhere, we can provide you with landline numbers in those countries. In some countries, based on those countries, we are having some limitations, like from the telco side. So we can't provide landline numbers, but we can have a toll-free number, for example. So based on that, this is where we link everything to the system. This is like all my queues, and this is how I can, I can see the queues. If I click on any queue, I'll be able to see a summary about it, or I can edit it from here, and I can put all the settings I want, such as the timeout, working hours for the queue, even for the survey. And this is the strategy. Now, like for every queue, definitely you are interested in forwarding or routing the call based on a strategy. So we have plenty of strategies, like the longest idle agent. Calls will be forwarded to the agents with the longest idle time, or based on round robin, top down, based on their priority, based on the agent with the least talk time, based on the agent with the fewest number of calls, sequentially based on the extension number or the ID for the agent, or random, or it can ring all at the same time for all agents. So we have more than one, let's say, strategy where you can choose, and you can definitely, if you're having more than one queue, either you have the same strategy for all queues, or you can set every queue with its own strategy based on your operations. And also to create any queue is very easy. I just click on here and I provide those details, and that's it, and save. Now the same thing here for agents. This is where I can see all my agents. And I can also create an agent very simply by providing the first name, last name, and those credentials. And also I can enable a timeout for the agent, especially now many customers, they were working from home. So we have a feature called roaming agent. So based on that, I can set up like a timeout where I can receive the phone calls on my mobile, and I can make calls from my mobile as well. Now, if you are setting the IVR, this is from where we can set the IVR. We have also, let's say, the auto dialer. And if you are doing marketing campaigns and you need to call plenty of customers, so you create a campaign in the auto dialer. And let's say I will create a campaign and I'll fill all those details. And basically, the campaign, it's a CSV file. It includes all the details for your customers in terms of their names and mobile numbers and the reason behind this campaign. I can choose a time and date to start the campaign and to end the campaign, and then automatically calls will be, let's say, assigned to special agents who are working on the auto dialer. They will be assigned to a certain queue, and definitely here you can see statistics for every campaign you are making, as you can see, and you can pull those reports as well into CSV format. And here we can have, let's say, like the admins, and this is again like you can define admins on the system, so that, and you can give them different roles so that either they'll be having a full admin role, they can see all sections, or for example, you are having a quality team and you want them to see only the live dashboard and the calls, so you can set it from there. So basically this is about the admin profile. And now if you click on here, you'll be able to see our manuals, user manuals, demo videos. And this is like if you are interested in doing an integration with your CRM, if you click on here, you'll be visiting our API library and you can check any API you want. Now I will show you quickly the agent interface. Again, it's the same link, but based on my email address. The system knows like, okay, this is an admin profile or this is an agent profile. Okay, so now here, as you can see, as an agent, now this is the WhatsApp. So you can see these are all the WhatsApp messages I'm having. This is my name, this is the ID, and I'm available for 15 seconds. If I receive now any new WhatsApp message, it will appear in here and there will be a balloon. Then once I open it, it will be under opened. And then once I'm done with the customer, I can close it and it will be under a close. If I click on any message, again, you can see the history for this message. And I can call the customer, and here I can have this is the CRM where I have the profile for the customer. If I click on here, I'll be able to save the name, the details for the customer, like gender, date of birth, and I can put the phone numbers, primary and secondary emails, and it will be saved in the database. And you can see here, this is the conversation, attachments, and you can click here, you can type whatever you want, you can attach any, let's say, attachment you want, and you can drag and drop as well, so it works both ways. And now if I want to receive a phone call or to make a phone call, automatically I click on here, and this is the dial pad. So if I do like this, 971 for example, and I start calling, you can see automatically it will start calling my number, and I have many features within the soft phone, like transfer. I can put the mic on mute. You can hear now I receive the phone call, and let's say now I answer the phone call, and you can see all those options. I can go for a dial pad. If I have to enter an extension number, for example, I can mute the call. Let's say I can put the customer on hold. If I want to ask my supervisor about something, I can mute my mic and I can unmute it. And then here I have also transfer. We have two modes of transfer. We have the blind transfer where I will enter the extension number or the external number, and right away I will click on blind transfer and the call will be transferred immediately to that number. Or I can do attended transfer where I'll be speaking to the person before I transfer the call to him. If he's available, then I will transfer the call to him. And then I can hang up and automatically my call will be updated in my call history. So now here, if I want to see, as an agent, I want to know, let's say my statistics for today. So right now I can see I didn't have any inbound call. I made one outbound call, and you can see this is the timing for it. I'm available on this status for 2 minutes, almost 3 minutes, didn't take a break or anything. So you can see all the details in here. And then again, I can minimize it. I can change my status. Now I'm available. If I put it on a break, then automatically you can see it's changed, and now I'm on a break, so I will not receive phone calls or WhatsApp. And then again, I want to be available. Here I will be able to see all my calls. So this is my call today. If I click on it again, I'll be able to see all the details. I can listen to my call, and here this is the history for all the WhatsApp messages I received, and I have filters and everything. So you can see it's a fresh, let's say, like design. It's very neat. Everything is there in one screen. And now let's say if this agent is not assigned to WhatsApp to handle WhatsApp, then he'll be not seeing all this part. He'll be only having the soft phone only, and he'll be working only on inbound and outbound calls. And now definitely if I want to log out, I come here and I log out from the system, and you can see now I'm logged out. This is logged out, and then I can do here, I can change, let's say, like profile. I can upload my picture, my personal details, change password, save everything I want, and then this is how I log out from the system. So it's very easy, it's not complicated, user friendly, and you have all the options and features you want only in one screen.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Tamir. Thank you so much for the detailed and very fruitful presentation. We still got 5 minutes, so I want to make sure that we open the panel for questions. If anyone have any questions, you can please type it or raise your hands, and then we'll be able to take your questions. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you everyone for attending. Have a nice day and stay safe.
Thanks, Aslam. Thanks, Tamir.